You want to build a house, but can't quite decide which community you want to build in. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty, and today I'm going to give you a few tips on picking the perfect community to build your home in. But before I do, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. That way you will be notified every single time I post a video. And always, if you ever have any topics that you would like me to cover, go ahead and put it in the comments so that I can get to it. So, I work with a lot of clients who are looking to build a home. We live in North Texas, where there are lots of new communities popping up, and the choices can be overwhelming. So I have a few tips that I want to share with you on things to consider when picking a community. One of the first things that I would say is really think about how the community will serve the everyday needs of your family. And what do I mean by that? School district is something you should consider when you are narrowing. And you might even want to be more specific if you've done your research, knowing exactly and asking the questions of what schools will this community be zoned to? Are there plans for a new school to come in? Things like that that might not necessarily be in place right now, but a lot of times the developers have an idea of what's coming to the community. How close is the community to where you work? Now, I have some people that don't mind a longer commute, and I have other clients that will absolutely don't want to be in the car for a specific amount of time. So it's important to not only know the distance, but what infrastructure is coming, what could cause traffic delays as the communities build out, right? So definitely consider that. Also, when selecting a community, I really suggest getting all the nuts and bolts, everything that you can find out about the actual neighborhood itself. What do I mean by that? How many houses are projected for the neighborhood? If you want to be low-key, then you might not want to choose a community that's projected to have 1,000 homes in the community. What type of amenities? Is there a pool? Is there a recreational center? Is there an HOA? What does the HOA cover and what does the HOA require? These are all things, even in the infancy stages of a brand new community, some of these kinks should have already been worked out, and those are answers that the builder and your real estate agent should be able to get you about the particular community, okay? Another thing to consider when trying to decide what community you're going to be in, you want to know the makeup of the other houses that are going to be in the community. And what do I mean by that? Is it going to be mixed use? What's going to be around you? So are there plans for apartment buildings or commercial development? What's going to come around your home that could potentially affect your value? Now, a lot of times some developers don't know that, but they can reach out to the city and say, okay, this is zoned for commercial, this is zoned for mixed residential use, which means that it might be an apartment complex. And not to say that any of those things are good or bad, it's just a great idea to ask those questions before you even build in a community so that you have a great idea. Now, here's one thing that I will share, which can be a plus or minus. Facebook and other social media platforms might be a good resource to get connected with people who are already living in the community before you actually get there. Now, I say take that with a grain of salt, because we know sometimes people can do a lot of complaining on community websites. However, it might be good to just really get a good idea of what your neighbors are like, to see what they love and what they don't love as much about the neighborhood, so that you don't go in blindsided. So gather the information that you need about 2 or 3 communities that you are really interested in, and then just really sit down to see what's going to be the best fit for you. Those are my suggestions. I hope that y'all have a great day. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, hey, totally hit me up. I have a lot of connections with a lot of new build communities, and I'd love to help you find the perfect one for you. Have a good one.